Hello everyone, I am Danial Shafaie. I am glad to be here with you and present my work for Researchers Night of Catalonia. I will be presenting my work titled Cloud Native Design and Task Orchestration for Real-Time Performance Guarantees over the 6G Compute Continuum. It might be a long and technical title, but for this special dissemination event, we will keep it simple. So I hope everyone will understand and enjoy my presentation and get familiar with my work. Okay, so as an introduction to myself, I have a master's in telecommunication networking from University of Tehran in Iran, and now I am I, I am working with Barcelona Supercomputing Center as a researcher and focusing my work mostly on game theory and AI. As a small introduction to Barcelona Supercomputing Center, everything that you do on your computers, your phone, if you are watching a movie, if you are doing some task, if you are enjoying a game, all of these are supported through big data centers located in distant locations. And they give service for every application that you are running on your phones, on your computer. So imagine having a really big high performance computer, which is dedicated to research operations and giving access to researchers to try their new stuff, algorithms, or use it for calculations that they require for their works. Through our daily life, most of us are using 5G commonly. And now, as telecommunication industry goes through a revolution more or less every 10 years, the researchers are working towards the sixth generation of cellular networks. One of the most important applications that are awaiting to get service using the sixth generation of cellular networks are going to be the medical applications. Medical applications can be defined starting from the simple smartwatches that we use for running or exercise purposes up to very complicated ambulances, emergency services, hospital devices, doctor appointment and such, which are getting defined as the use cases for those networks. One of the key factors that is going to help us realize the application deployment in 6G is going to be edge processing technology. The high performance computing communities define the possibility of deploying the previously big and solid big data centers now in smaller units, more flexible and dynamic, and also closer to the users. So this can help revolutionize the network and give service to applications that could not have been handled before this. Taking into account the challenges proposed and the novelties that we are working on currently, I was lucky to be able to integrate my research interests, my background, with something that could really give benefit and provide improvements to medical applications. I got the chance to collaborate in a European funded project, ELIXIRION, which is designed to help the realization of Healthcare 4.0. ELIXIRION is a consortium of 10 different candidates that are going to tackle different aspects of the service and make the idea of giving service to healthcare applications a one step more real. So inside the consortium, the scenario that I'm going to try to analyze is a scenario where, firstly, the network scales are very big. We have different units that are not all the same. And also because of the service points, for example, having flying units, drones and such, and satellite networks, we do not have complete information about whole network and how it is operating at the current moment or into the future. So each one of these points require to be handled carefully to give good service to the user. So as to start with my research work, I looked into the state of the art and tried to find about the previously done works and the state that the research is at the point. I found different points that were not tackled yet, from the challenges like having to consider the heterogeneity of the nodes, to the scale of the nodes, to support of different changes in the network, and the missing real world implications of the whole systems developed. So Considering the state of the art, also the challenge that we had at our hand, we started developing our solution. So first of all, to tackle and to handle the problem of lack of knowledge into the network, we need a building block that is going to help the network manager to get information about the network situation. So as a diagram, you can see we will have the requests or the users applications, and we are going to be missing some of the information. This building block will yield the knowledge into the network. Next step, considering that now we have the information needed, now we have to manage the tasks and give service according to each user's distinct requirements very carefully. So the whole framework that we are going to devise is going to be a building block for managing the information, second building block to manage the services, and all of them are going to be integrated into a network manager, or as we call it, network orchestrator. So to give you a small idea of how the work has progressed so far, firstly, so far I have used game theory to analyze the theoretical limits and how beneficial can be our work to a real scenario. We have done different analysis, different modelings, and some results have been proposed and they are getting published and getting announced to the public. About information, I started using artificial intelligence. As a general idea, artificial intelligence are the tools that help the computers mimic the way that human brain learns or thinks. So here I will be using the AI methods that are applicable and very useful to understand structures of graphs. Graphs are connected nodes that contain information, which are very good to model different relationships, for example, networks of mobile stations, or for example, networks of cells in human body or proteins, which are new and very promising field in artificial intelligence. About the point on the service placement and how we are going to give the service to each user, also some work has been done, and we have been trying to implement different AI models to give service to end users, which the phase is still in development. So as a conclusion, we hope that our research work can help giving service to medical applications over the next generation of cellular networks and having real life implications benefiting the society and the people's lives. Have a great day. Enjoy the other talks organized by Researchers Night.